Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome to another one of my live streams. Welcome to Sober Talk. Ron, I already see you here. Got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight, but we're going to do what we normally do. Give it about the first 10 minutes, and we're going to hang out. Kind of Wang Chung is, as they might have said it in the movie, Born in East LA. For those of us who are actually old enough to remember that movie, Born in East LA. Yeah, I remember that movie. That was a good movie. Of course, if you caught the ending of the regular Born in East LA, the ending didn't make any sense until you seen the director's cut. Then it made sense. What's going on? Think Different. There's my boy Think Different, right from my hometown area, who is in sobriety with me. So we got a lot of wonderful people here tonight. Ron, I was in your live stream the entire time earlier today, and I'm going to say it again. I hate seeing anybody upset, but I hated seeing you upset. Brother, if I'd have been right there with you, I'd say, hey, man, let's, get it out, talk to me. I always got a friendly ear. I'm always a phone call away, and everybody knows that. I'm a phone call away, and whatever's eating your lunch, you can call me, you can talk to me. I ain't gonna pass judgment. We're all human. I'm a sober human, I'm a human being first, and I'm a sober alcoholic second. I make mistakes, and I appreciate you being as real as you were today. And I could tell you were in a tough spot, and I appreciate that. That's the kind of realism that I think everybody here on YouTube can appreciate. That's the real you, talking about what's hurting and what you're struggling with. All the false facades aside, you were real, and that's what people appreciate about you. Okay, and if everybody can remember that on their channels, being real, that's like a key to being successful on YouTube. Absolutely, 110%. Being real about who you are. And yeah, I struggled with alcoholism, and I did a little bit of drugs back in the day. Okay, I did a lot back in the day, and I did it, but I had to be drunk before I did the drugs. But that didn't clear up the bad, when I got sober, that didn't clear up the bad wiring. It just made it easier for me to start rewiring what was going on between my ears. That's all it was. Alcohol is just a symptom of the problem. That's what's going on in between here. That's the real cause and condition. So that's why I said, in the, Eclipse chat, I'm a sober, a human being first and a sober alcoholic second. Okay. So no, thank you for being real. Thank you for being real. I appreciate that. That took a lot of, that took a lot of courage. That took a lot of courage for you to come out and say, hey, man, I'm in a bad place. This is what's eating my lunch. That took a lot of courage. And you were real about it. You didn't pull any punches. You showed your emotions. Okay. Bear this in mind. General Schwarzkopf, okay, U.S. Armed Forces, Operation Desert Storm, Operation Desert Shield, First Persian Gulf War, had even said, okay, not big, for those who like a little bit of history, had said he doesn't trust a man who won't cry. Okay? He doesn't trust a man who won't cry. That was Norman Schwarzkopf, head of the U.S. forces in Iraq during the First Persian Gulf War. Okay? So now that I've said that, you were real, and the fact that you were open about your emotions, that makes me trust you. Okay? Real men can wear their emotions on their sleeve and doesn't care. Okay? So thank you for being real. Okay? And you always know I'm one phone call away. If you even want, I'll even give you my personal phone number. What's going on, Jamie? Good to see you, Jamie. We got one of my Sunny sisters in the chat. We're, so again, I'll also say some things that was also said in, oh, I know it was. I know it was. I know it was, Ron. And I'll tell you right now, Ron, I appreciate the fact that you were that honest with everyone. I mean, you came clean about so much. I mean, right there, that tells me everything I need to know. The fact that you came clean and you did it on a public platform at that. And you said what you had to say, and you showed who you were deep down. We're all diamonds in the rough. We're all diamonds in the rough. Okay? I'm just as flawed as everybody else. I've got my battle scars just like everybody else. You know, anymore, anymore we're, we all carry a big baggage of all the things that make us who we are. You know, no more, no less. We're all in this together. And I hate seeing people hurt. So when I seen you hurting today, I wish I could have reached right through the camera and give you a big giant hug and say, it's going to be okay, man. We'll all make mistake. We all make mistakes. And that's just part of being human. Last time I checked, I don't glow with holy light or walk on water. That's just kind of how it is. So, you know, that's just, so it's, we all struggle, and that's just part of being human. So, you know, Ron, I'm glad you're here tonight. If there's anything in this live stream that helps you through whatever you were dealing with today, I don't know the details, and it's none of my business. It's none of my business. And it's kind of, I always treat things like this as like, whatever's on this side of my hand, that's my business. Whatever's on this side of my hand isn't. That's how I treat it. What's going on, Mikey G? Welcome to the live stream, my friend. So I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna pass judgment. I'm not gonna pass judgment on you, brother. I'm just glad you're here, Ron. Again, if there's anything in this live stream that you could take away and use for yourself, feel free, and you can claim to it if you'd like. Okay, you can claim it all you want. That's because you're one of us. You're one of us. All right, Miss Kelly, I see you sneaking in here. Good to see you. What are we chatting about tonight? How are we doing tonight? I am doing fantastic, Mikey G. I am doing fantastic. I woke up today and I found it not necessary to take a drink. Anytime that happens, it is truly a miracle. That's what's up. Hey, Cassandra, see you sneaking in here, sweetie. It's so good. It's so good to see all of you here tonight. It's kind of giving a special shout out to good old Ron. He had a rough day today, and he really inspired me. And he said some. He had a heartfelt live stream earlier today, and from the bottom of my heart, he's inspired me to kind of talk about some things that's happened to me in my own sobriety. And I figured this was a perfect time to talk about it because it's just one of those things. So I'm going to share some Alcoholics Anonymous, without a shadow of a doubt. We're a community all to ourselves that, we're, hey, what's going on, Trend? Sonny's Raid. Another one of my fellow Sonnies. Love you guys. You guys are awesome. Big streamer hug to the Sonnies and to the Eclipse who's in here with me right now. Big streamer hug to all of you. Love all of you, each and every one of you. And to all of you regulars in the Maverick Nation, you get an extra big hug because you guys have been supporting me long before I got into these groups. You guys are the ones been propping me up. You know, you guys have been the ones propping me up and showing me the love and making the Maverick Nation what it is. And if you want to be how's Princess Faye doing? She's at work right now. And like usual, she wishes she was home. You know, she wishes she was home. I wish she was home right now. I love my wife. I don't get to, you know, even if I got to spend 24 hours a day with her, it still wouldn't be enough in the time in the day for me. You know it's bad whenever you love your wife more than anything. If you say I could spend 24 hours a day with her and it's not enough. You know, it's not enough. You guys are awesome. All righty. So, we're at the 11-minute marker. We're at the 11-minute marker. Hey, bless this crazy mess. There's your wrench. YouTube's had this problem where if we go live, thank you so much, Ron. Appreciate you, man. For some reason, we'll go to hand the wrench out, but it won't update until like the next stream. It won't. I don't know why that is. That's just one of those things. Just one of those things. So we got Sunny's Eclipses and regular Maverick Nation in the house tonight. I myself now feel truly blessed that I have so many of you here tonight with me. I'm going to share some stories with you guys. This is important to me. Ron, you've inspired me to talk about this. Initially, I was going to read out of the big book tonight, but I thought I'd just kind of talk from my own personal experiences. For those that are not familiar with my sobriety, let me take you back in time. My sober date when I got sober was February 7th, 2006. Okay? February 7th, 2006 was the day that I drew my first sober breath. Okay? That's when I drew my first sober breath. And y'all know the story, how no one believed that I was going to stay sober. Everyone figured me for dead. Holy crap, we're up to 18 likes already. I swear to God, if this gets up to 60, I'll cry. Hey, what's going on, Minty? Welcome to the live stream, my friend. It's good to see you. So many wonderful people in the live stream right now. Oh my gosh, I see 21 likes. I swear to God, if this hits 60, I'm going to cry, okay? You guys are that awesome. All right. So, all right, Minty, I'll say it again just for you. I had a miracle happen to me today. I woke up this morning and I found it not necessary to take a drink. And any day that happens is still a miracle. That is what is up, okay? Any day that I can get up and say, I don't need a drink today is still truly a miracle. Now, real quick, while we're all in here and we're kind of hanging out and everything. Oh, thank you so much, Minty. Appreciate that. Now that I've said that, let me also go out come out and say, there's a lot of you right now that I know, hey, what's going on? Chevy Perez, welcome to the live stream, my friend. All righty. Let me say right now, oh my God, 28. Let me say right now that I know a lot of you have been dealing with a lot of bad stuff. It seems to be the time of year where we've had a lot of bad stuff happen this year. Now, thank you for being here with me. Thank you for being here with me and helping me stay sober yet just one more 24 hours. Thank you for being here with me. See, I'm a selfish alcoholic. I am so selfish that I need all of Alcoholics Anonymous to help me stay sober. And there's like millions of us around the world trying to help each other stay sober. So now that I've said that, not only do I need all of Alcoholics Anonymous, I need all of you too. Every last one of you in the Maverick Nation Now, if you're wondering who the Maverick Nation is, if you hit that subscribe button, you're a member already. So, welcome to the Maverick Nation. Hey, what's going on? Douglas Fairchild. Welcome to the live stream, my friend. We're talking about sobriety. So I am a selfish alcoholic, and there's over 1,000 of you creeping up on 1,100 right now as we speak. Oh, thank you so much. Hades, welcome to the live stream. Right, brother? That's what's up. Oh, thank you, Minty. You guys are awesome. So if you're feeling down in the dumps today, okay, you're feeling down in the dumps, don't think you're worth anything. I'm gonna stop you right now. I want you to think about this real quick, okay? I want you to all think about this for just a moment, okay? Yeah, 42. Dang, man. I swear to God, if I hit 60 tonight, I'm going to cry. All right. But if you're feeling down in the dumps and you don't think you're worth anything, okay, I want you to think about this for a moment. You're in here right now supporting a guy who's just trying to stay sober. I got over 14 and a half years sober as of August 7th. The day I turned 41 was also 14 and a half years without a drink or a drug. Okay. So just kind of take this to heart real quick. What I say in these live streams or in these videos, oh, thank you, Hades. Love you, brother. I love you. As we're in here and you all are supporting me and helping me stay sober. And I do these streams once a week on Thursday night. And occasionally I might release a video talking about some different things. But now that I've said that, let me give you some food for thought. What I might say in this live stream may touch somebody's life somewhere along the way. We may never meet these people, okay? We may never meet these people. We just know they exist. And that one person will find what it is that they need, and they might get sober or get clean, or they might go get some help with whatever they're struggling with. We all have demons, if you will. We all have our demons. We all have our isms, however you want to put it. And 43, my goodness. Oh my God. Hey, what's going on, Gina? Welcome to the live stream. So if you're sitting there thinking that you're not worth anything, but you're in here supporting me right now, okay? And you're in here, and what I might say tonight or in any one of these live stream, Sober Talk live streams, reaches one person, okay? Indirectly, you're part of helping someone save their life, okay? And you may never meet this person. That person, all right, Ron. Love you, brother. Love you. You need me, you know to call me, right? You know to call me, Ron. You even need, I'll send you my home phone, my cell number, okay? You can call me day or night, okay? May not be able to get me when I'm at work, but I will call you right back, okay? If you need me, you call me. But anyhow, so indirectly, all of you right now sitting here, indirectly are helping people. You're saving lives just by being here. Hey, what's going on, Megan? Welcome to the live stream. So you're part of saving someone's life right now, and you may never meet them. So just take that in for a moment, okay? So you are worth something just by being here and helping, just supporting me. You are somebody, which my higher power doesn't make junk anyways, okay? My higher power makes, people that deserve love and are special in their own way, okay? Yeah, I'm not the religious type. I'm spiritual, okay, but I'm not religious. So you are worth something. So if you're deep down in that little hole, where people are, your isms are eating you alive and you don't know where to turn to, just know that somewhere out there, you are part of saving somebody's life tonight. Just take that in for a moment. Just take that in. Indirectly, someone that you've never met, you may have saved their life just by being here and helping some guy who goes live and says that I've been sober over 14 and a half years. Just take that in a moment. Just by being here. Oh, thank you, Gina. I appreciate that. So whatever's eating your lunch, it's okay. Even if you don't tell me what it is that's hurting, just know I understand. Okay? And this goes for all of you out there. If any of you are hurting and you need someone to talk to, I try to make it where. That's right. That's right. It is mind-blowing, isn't it? That we all serve a purpose, that we are all special. Oh, thank you, Megan. Love you guys. You guys are awesome. So just take that in a moment, that you all are that special, that you're reaching countless people, faces with no names that you may never meet, that one day might say, I was in your live stream one night. Well, Hades, let me put it like this. We all fall short of our chosen idea. We all fall short. I'm a human being first, and I'm a sober alcoholic second. There are times that I have the whole romance and hot rodding angle, but there are times I fail at romance. There are times I fall short. Oh, thank you, Minty. Thank you. Love you, brother. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for being here for me. So, let me again, say that, with sobriety, I still fall short of what I believe I'm supposed to be. Does that make me a bad person? No. Does it mean that I'll drink? No. If I'm truly sorry for what I've done. If I'm sorry for what I've done and I try to make the amends and then I go out and try to do right, then I'm on the right path. But if I don't take note of what I'm doing wrong and my conduct continues, then eventually I'm going to go back to drinking. I'm setting myself up for relapse. Okay? It's one of those things. Yes, I fall short of the chosen idea from time to time. It's part of me being human. What's going on, Miss Kitty? Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. Make yourself right at home. If you've been feeling low, I'm going to try to say what I can to kind of, build us all up, because I'll tell y'all right now, okay? There's a whole world right out there, right outside this stream right now, that they're willing to tell you what you're doing wrong. We're in here to find out what we're doing right. And you don't have to be an alcoholic to need that, okay? You don't have to be an alcoholic or an addict. You could just have problems. My number one problem is I have a problem with living life, and at the same time, I struggle with my disease known as alcoholism, which the two are closely related. So I have a problem with living life. That's right. Well said, Hades. Well said, my friend. So just take that in. What's going on, Sean? Welcome to the live stream, my friend. That's my boy, Sean. And he's going to ask it too, so I get to say it again. How am I doing today? Well, I hope you're doing good, everyone. And I woke up today, and I had a miracle happen to me today. I woke up today and I found it not necessary to take a drink. And any day that happens is still truly a miracle. For those, again, who do not know, my sober date, the day that I did not take another drink, is February 7th, 2006. I'm over 14 and a half years sober right now. And so that's a lot of 24 hours back to back. 45 likes in the live. Hey, Queen Bee! Good to see you, Queen Bee. Big streamer hug to my longtime Maverick Nation friends. I got stories to tell, Gina, and if all goes well, I'll tell you some amazing stories about sobriety tonight. But going along with, oh, thank you, Megan. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Big streamer hug for that. Thank you. Thank you. But it's been a lot of good people like all of you who's even in here right now in this very chat who's helped me stay sober. Okay? Don't give me all the credit. Pat yourselves on the back while you're at it. Don't give me all the credit. Don't forget to pat yourselves on the back because all of you helped me get there. Don't you forget it. You guys are just as important. Every last one of you. You guys are amazing. That, again, I'm going to say it again. I am a selfish alcoholic even right now. This is still, in a lot of ways, a life and death situation for me because my disease of alcoholism will kill me. It is a slow and painful death. It's like a stalagmite growing, okay? And I am so selfish that I need every last member of Alcoholics Anonymous to help me stay sober, but I still, on top of that, need every last one of you in the Maverick Nation. Now, if you're wondering how you become a member of the Maverick Nation, did you hit the subscribe button? Did you ding the bell? If you did, well, guess what? You're already a member. That is all of you. That is all of you. You guys are the Maverick Nation. And I need every last one of you to help me stay sober. So if you ever wondered if you were worth anything, you are. You're helping me stay sober. You're helping me save my life. Without you guys, without you guys, I don't know where I'd be. And just so y'all also know, my higher power does not speak to me through the rustling leaves when the wind blows. Nope. Oftentimes, my higher power speaks through all of you, too. Every last one of you. That's how I hear what I'm supposed to do next. It's all of you in the Maverick Nation that also help me. You guys oftentimes, through this entire pandemic, it's all of you that have been the closest thing to an AA meeting that I can have. Oh, thank you, Chevy. Appreciate that. Oh, thank you, Gina. Thank you. Wow. Just the way you put that in the chat. Wow. You'll have to excuse me. I'm a little emotional. I'm an emotional kind of guy. I'm one of those, you'll have to excuse me. I'm kind of one of those sensitive guys. And, when someone gives me a compliment like that, I get a little misty-eyed, and you'll have to excuse me. I do apologize. I'm one of those types, but it means the world that someone thinks that I'm that positive, and I appreciate that. Thank you. You have to excuse me. I'm one of those. Oh gosh, you guys are gonna make me cry. I love you guys. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Chevy, thank you for that compliment too. All right, Gina, then we'll take, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. And so I'm going to say it again. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. And, again, as a reminder, that, there's good in all of us. Oh, thank you, Ron. Oh, thank you guys so much. Thank you. And when Ron was talking about it today, I've went through similar experiences. Back when I was about a year sober, a little over a year sober, I had a sponsee that turned on me. He was living with me, but he was not contributing to the household. And he was just basically leeching off of me. I'm like, dude, I can't do this. I can't support you. And at that time, my pregnant girlfriend, I can't do this. This was before Princess Faye. The mother of my son, Devin, which a lot of you know about. And I'm like, I can't, you can't stay here. Okay. Here's your options. And I got them all set up, and he went around basically telling everybody that I relapsed. And I went into a meeting and basically called him out on it. What ended up happening though, was this person ended up relapsing. He was the one who ended up relapsing. Later on, he came up some years later and he apologized. He said, everything you said that I was heading towards, you were right on. He said, and I ended up relapsing. I owe you an apology. He said, because I did you dirty. I did you real dirty, going around saying those bad things about you. You know? And I said, you know what? I said, I was in a spot, you were in a spot. We're both human beings. It is what it is. I said, we all fall short, and I'll put it to you like this. When something like that happens to an alcoholic of my nature, the old saying goes, forgive and forget, right? We've all heard that. No, we forgive, but we remember. So it doesn't ever happen to us again. Okay. We forgive them, but we remember. Keep it back here. So it doesn't happen to us again. We can be on guard and not let ourselves get set up for that. Because that's the last thing we want to do, is just keep setting ourselves up to get hurt like that. We don't want to, put ourselves, it's okay to wear your emotions on the sleeve. It's not okay to set yourself up to get hurt. Something else that, for those of you, and nothing against organized religion, okay? When I talk Alcoholics Anonymous, yes, I have a religion I believe in, but in the sense of Alcoholics Anonymous, we don't claim any religion, sect, orientation, sexual, orientation, ethnic background, anything like that. We don't even really talk politics. So when I go live in Sober Talk, I don't talk any of that. But what I do say is, whatever your higher power is, and if I say something that you believe that your higher power wanted you to hear, then I will just say that I'm acquainted with your higher power. I don't know what your higher power is. It's totally fine, whatever that higher power is, as long as it's helping you get through whatever it is that you need to get through. It's not my place to choose your higher power. That's your place. And before I go any further, there is a difference between religion and spirituality. Spirituality is your personal relationship with a higher power of your understanding. That is it. That's spirituality. Your own personal relationship with a higher power of your understanding. Religion, on the other hand, is a bunch of people who believe in a higher power along the same lines and somewhat agree. Because even there could even be subtle differences, even in a congregation, church, whatever. Okay? There could still be subtle differences. So just kind of bear that in mind. That is the difference. Or sometimes you hear said in AA, religion is for people who are afraid of hell. Spirituality is for people who've been to hell. So there's that little bit of tidbit. Now, while I continue to talk, I'm going to go get me a cup of coffee. I likes my coffee. Ooh, hey, what's going on, sis? Rainbow goldfish? Is that a thing? Anyhow. That's my little sister right there, for those that do not know. Oh yeah, that's a big live stream right now. Big live stream. I love that. I love that when people come in for their dose of positive reinforcement. Like I said, I had a sponsee turn on me. It is what it is. I don't know. I haven't talked to him. Haven't talked to him. Hey, with people like that, who needs enemas, right? Anyhow. Hey, I ain't got time for negativity like that. Ain't got time. Life's too short for me to dwell on one person. Okay? I'll tell y'all a funny story now. Yeah, I know, sis. My sister dropped the band hammer on a coworker of mine because he was being a douche tuber himself. But anyhow, he'll learn one of these days. He doesn't want to corner me at work, though. Start mouthing off, because he's liable to... I don't tolerate certain things. I don't tolerate certain things. you know, people. Unfortunately, the world is full of sick people, not bad people. Let me throw this out there real quick, Um, let me kind of give you some food for thought. We say this, somebody does something wrong, oh, they're a bad person. We do, see it all the time. Somebody does something good, they're a good person. Well, has it ever crossed anyone's mind that maybe everyone is trying to do good? I believe everyone has the capacity to do good. Okay? But some people get in a spot where they do bad things, and has it ever occurred to anybody that they're maybe not necessarily bad people, they're just sick? There's something going on within themselves that's making them sick. Maybe spiritually, maybe mentally, however you want to look at it. So maybe there's something in them that's making them sick, and they act. And what we're seeing and perceiving as bad is just a symptom of their sickness. That's actually something that we use in AA. We alcoholics like myself are not bad people trying to learn how to be good. We're sick people trying to get better. Okay? So just kind of tuck that away, if you will. Maybe everyone is kind of like that to some degree. What's eating your lunch, if you will. So just kind of keep that in mind. So as you might be struggling with something. That is something that AA has actually taught me. I struggle with, I have an ego problem. That might explain my YouTube channel. But I have an ego problem. Other people, yeah, sis, what are you talking about? You have an aggression problem. She does. So, I have an ego problem. Okay? I like to be center stage. See what I mean? I like to be center stage. I like people to pay attention to me. So because of that, because of my ego problem, oftentimes in the past, I've done things that kind of hurt other people, just so I can, be center stage. And, that's dirty of me. But a lot of that is, and I'm going to surprise you all, those of us in Alcoholics Anonymous, yeah, you'll think about it, sis. Little sister trying to, intimidate her older brother. Anyhow, here we go. So now that I've said that, okay, and I'm being honest here, my ego has oftentimes caused a lot of problems for me. No question about it. My ego has caused problems. He's on vacation right now, so he won't be, he'll probably catch the playback from time to time. So my ego oftentimes gets in the way. And from time to time, because of my ego, I even have control issues. Things should go a certain way, Sean's in here. He's lurky turkey, I think. So it's one of those things where, I've have the occasional control issue. I want things to go a certain way. If things would just go my way, it would be okay. If everybody would get on the same page with me. And this is something that I've struggled with from time to time, even in sobriety. Remember, folks, I'm a sum of my character defects too. All right. And sometimes character defects get shortened down in religion, and we hear them as sin. I hate that word. That's not fair. Character defect, I don't mind the extra syllables, okay? Character defect is friendly, because we could do something about character defects. From time to time, we could take those character defects and turn them into assets. Or as I like to sometimes tease and say, this is how we turn a frown upside down. And this is something that AA has actually taught me. And I've started learning this in my 6th step and my 7th step. I like to be center stage. So I have been a public speaker numerous times for Alcoholics Anonymous, gotten up in front of hundreds of people and spoke about sobriety. So because of that, I have been able to inspire others to stay involved in Alcoholics Anonymous. So in that regard, I took my abilities as the person who likes to be center stage and used them as an asset to help other people. Nothing wrong with that. Okay? Manipulation. We hear that word and automatically we think bad. Well, if you've ever had a newcomer, say, oh, I need help. I want to go to a meeting. You get over there and then all of a sudden they're like, I don't want to go. And you got to think of something. And you might guilt trip them into getting into the car so you could take them to a meeting. I've done that 1,000 times over. Done that a lot of times. Basically, I had a newcomer saying, oh, I need help. And then you're like, well, come to a meeting with me. You get over there and they're like, oh, I changed my mind. And then you're like, I drove all the way over here. And then, you kind of turned into a guilt trip. Next thing you know, they're in your car. You got them to a meeting and they're getting help. Okay. You manipulated them into the car. All right. So is that bad? The answer is no. Good manipulation. Okay. We can take those negative things about ourselves and turn them into assets. Sin, you hear the word sin and automatically it's bad, bad, bad. But a character defect you can use as an asset if you can think with a healthy mind. Okay. And I know there's some people in here right now who are in the mental health, in mental health. They'll agree with me. I can guarantee it. They agree. I'm gonna check and see if anybody's saying anything right now that's like yes. Thank you, Ron. Thank you. Appreciate that. So just kind of think about that for a moment. Think about that. Okay. Character defects, we could do something with. We can use those as assets. And again, that's how we turn a frown upside down, and make it a positive, turning a negative into a positive. There's always two sides of a coin. If you think about that, two sides of a coin. What's up, Sean? I see you still here. Lurky turkey, are you? So again, we all fall short of our chosen idea. Again, you don't have to be alcoholic to have an idea of what you're supposed to be like and then fall short. There's been days I've sat on the edge of the bed and basically the whole day blew up in my face. But the one thing I was still able to say is at least I didn't pick up a drink today. And at that point, it wasn't necessarily a bad day, but it was still a tough day. But more than anything, it was still a successful day. So if you're sitting there and you've had that bad day, you've had a really rough day, and the whole day is blown up in your face. It happens to us all, feel like G.I. Joe on a bad day, If you could sit on the edge of the bed and say, at least I didn't do this, it was still a successful day. Any day above ground is a good day, really. But more than anything, was it a successful day? So if you were down in the dumps and you're hurting and it's like, I did these horrible things, I'm a bad person. No, you're not. Because if you tried to do right, it was still a successful day. You cleaned up your side of the street. This is talked about in our 8th and 9th step in Alcoholics Anonymous. Cleaning up the wreckage of our past. Well, I know there's someone in here right now who didn't let it get into just his past. He cleaned up the wreckage right away today. Went live and said, I screwed up, man. I screwed up. I did wrong. I'm sorry. Talk about him, right there, okay? He was honest, shared his emotions. I'd say that's a successful day. May not have been a great day, may have been a tough day, but it was still a successful day because you came clean. You were honest and you cleaned up your side of the street. Now it's up to the other person. The ball's in their court. They got to be the ones to do it right, to do right. It's up to them. Okay. You did right. Oh, thank you, Ron. Love you too, brother. So if you've been in that situation, and believe it or not, I was in a situation similar once. I blew up on somebody. When I was working nursing, there's this one gal that kind of mouthed off at me, and I blew up and told her off, at the job. And I mean, I was mad. I mean, and legit. I mean, she's the one. Oh, thank you, Megan. She's the one that, I mean, started the whole thing, and she pissed me off, and I went off on her. And I mean, I was pissed off the rest of the day. I sat down later and I thought about it. I was like, oh, that was a dickhead thing to do. She's not adverse with the 12 steps like I am. Okay? I have the inside track on life, if you will. Think different. I'm the one who has the inside track. Okay? So in some ways, I kind of have the spiritual advantage because of the 12 steps. What I did was wrong. I went up to her the next day and said, you know what? I owe you an apology. What I did yesterday was wrong. I should have handled that a lot better, but I didn't. It's on me. I'm sorry. And, she turned around and said, you know what? I have a tendency to run off at the mouth myself. What I did was wrong. We gave each other a big hug and became like the best of friends after that. Funny how that works, huh? Now, I'm not saying in this person's situation that it'll be the same exact thing, but at least you did right by saying, hey, you know what? I screwed up. Doesn't make you a bad person, just makes you human. Again, last time I checked, I don't walk on water and I don't glow with holy light. So I mess up too. There's been times, like I said, I've messed up at being a husband from time to time. It's part of being human. I've fallen short of that idea. I have fallen short of that idea where I've messed up at being a husband and screwed up, being a good husband to my wife. And you all know how much I love my wife. Hell, she has a series dedicated to her here on this channel. Okay? But I fall short, and I've had to go to my wife and say, I'm sorry, baby. I screwed up. What can I do to make this right? What can I do to make this right? As a matter of fact, when she was going through the beauty academy, I didn't honestly think she was going to stick with it. Cost us a great deal of money. And there's a whole to-do behind that. But when she graduated from the beauty academy, I got up in front of all of her classmates and apologized. I got up in front of all of her classmates. I still got the video footage where I got up in front of the entire, her entire class, all the other students from that beauty academy and said, I was wrong. I was wrong. Gave my wife a great big old hug and said, I was wrong. You proved me wrong, and I'm sorry. That caused a lot of arguments. Because I honestly didn't think she was going to stick with it, and she proved me wrong. I'm glad she proved me wrong because she's an amazing makeup artist. And through her doing all of that and becoming the amazing makeup artist, that's how all of you got the cinnamon character. The irony of it. I too fall short of what I'm supposed to be. I am just as human as everybody else. And I know a lot of you have also said that, that I'm really awesome and that, my words are inspiring and things like that. Bear in mind, I am just the same as everybody else. I fall short of the chosen idea, just like everybody else. I'm just as human as all of you. And sometimes I make a complete ass of myself from time to time. Excuse my language for all of the ladies in the chat, but I make an ass of myself too from time to time. And when that happens, I got to apologize too. I got to make right. I got to turn right around and say, hey, I did wrong. It happens. It's just part of being human. We all did. Well said, Megan. Well said. It's all about being real. As I said earlier in the stream, we're all diamonds in the rough. We're all diamonds in the rough. And all diamonds in the rough have flaws. But underneath it all, we're just like those diamonds, beautiful and sparkled when the light hits us. So, again, for those of you who've been deep down and you've been hurting and you feel like you're not worth anything, you are. My higher power of my understanding that I still don't fully understand doesn't make junk. Does not make junk. You guys, again, you're in here supporting me. And so maybe what I might say, I'm glad you're here, Mikey G. Big streamer hug to Mikey G. Love that guy. If you've been deep down, you're hurting, you don't think you're worth anything. Again, I'm going to remind y'all, you're in here supporting me right now, even if you're watching the playback, okay? And you don't think you're worth anything? Yes, you are. You're in here quietly, even in the playback. You're in here supporting me. You're helping me stay sober just one more 24 hour, okay? So you are something. You are special. And you're just as flawed as the rest of us. Again, we all fall short of the chosen idea. But a day's in, if at least we tried to do right, I still say that's a successful day. Oh, thank you, Gina. Thank you. But you guys are the inspiration. You guys are just as much the inspiration, okay? I mean, I could say this into a mirror and it really wouldn't matter. But you guys are here supporting me, okay? I get to say it to you guys. So it's a give-take thing, okay? But at the end of the stream, if I feel like I got more out of it than you all did, then I did right, Oh, Ron, big streamer hug to you. Big streamer hug. I know you had a rough day today, brother. I know you had a rough day today. But you know what? You're in here supporting me. You're part of the success, okay? You have a success story waiting to happen today. All right, Mike. We're going to have to get over there and check that video out, brother. I know I've seen one of your videos earlier today. It was good. It was a good video. I enjoyed it. Oh, thank you.
You're very well at it.
Thank you.
You know how to talk and preach, and I respect that.
Thank you.
That's pretty cool.
One of my neighbors listening to what I'm telling all of you guys tonight too. Again, I know Ron's been having a rough day, but I'm going to tell y'all right now. I don't know all the story, and it's not any of my business. All I know is, we all make mistakes. It's all part of being human. And a day's in, he's trying to do right. I'd say that's a successful day. It may have been a rough day, but it's still been successful. And it's been a learning experience. And you've inspired me to talk about what we're talking about tonight. So I would say you have quite the successful day today. I would say that right now, you're part of my success too. If I make it tonight, if I'm sitting on the edge of the bed and said, well, I'm still sober today, then you're just as much a part of that success as anybody else. And again, I don't do this alone. I need every last one of you out there. I need every last one of you out there to help me stay sober. I'm still selfish. That's selfish. That's right, Mike. That's well said. We're all diamonds in the rough. And diamonds in the rough have their flaws. But underneath all that roughness is still something that sparkles and shines when the light hits it. Okay? That's just part of it. And we all tend to forget that. And again, as an alcoholic, I'm taught that I'm not a bad person trying to learn how to be good. I'm a sick person trying to get better. And that actually applies to everyone. We're all sick people in our own way, just trying to get better. And sometimes, as good old sober man, my sponsor will say, We're all trying to hold our head up to the light. That's what he actually will say. We're all trying to hold our head up to the light of what has been, you know. Well, Mike G, you're not alone. You're with us right now. Big streamer hug to Mikey G again. Big streamer hug. Hey, he's all the way over there in the UK. So big streamer hug all the way across the pond to you, brother. Remember, you guys, if you're sitting here right now, again, you've been deep down in that dark hole that that, and you don't think you're worth anything, and you don't feel like you're worth anything to this world. You can never be of any help. How could I be loved? Wrong. Because right here is sitting a guy, even if you're watching the playback, right now, there's this guy sitting right here, loves you for being a part of his life and helping him save his life. Because alcoholism, just because I stop drinking, doesn't mean that this disease stops. Outside of the stream right now, my disease of alcoholism is doing push-ups right now, waiting for me to slip up and pick up another drink. And I will always be one arm bend away from the man I used to be. And that is the honest to God's truth. I will always be one arm bend away from the man I used to be. Okay? So, just because I stopped drinking doesn't mean that the disease stops working. It's right there, waiting for me to slip up and fall back into the bottom of a bottle. That's why we need each other. We all need each other. Don't forget, if you're in that world, just remember there's a big streamer hug waiting right here for you. And don't you ever forget it. All of you out there. I know it's hard sometimes, when I was actually a speaker at this one meeting. You know what? Maybe you were meant to learn something from that. Maybe you were meant to learn something from that. To learn something. That your higher power wanted you to learn something that was important. Okay? If you, again, I'm going to say it like this. Sometimes our higher power uses a relapse as a way of helping teach us something, and sometimes uses us to teach other people something. Okay? So, true. Mikey H. Big streamer hug to Mikey H. Well, Gina, you don't have to worry about it because we ain't gonna make fun of you. You're part of us. You're part of the Maverick Nation. Anybody who we all stand up for each other. We're all family here in a lot of ways. Big community here on the Prince Magnum channel. Sometimes they don't necessarily become members of the Maverick Nation right away. But you know what? In a lot of ways, we're all in this boat together. We all suffer isms. Big hug to you, Mikey H. We're all in this together. And unfortunately, those that make fun of something like that, honestly, what's eating their lunch? What makes them feel like they have to be superior like that? What makes them feel that way? What is their illness? What is their ism? Yeah, it's up. There you go, brother. Hang on a second. There you go. Anytime. Yep. There you go. Oh, well, you know what? Gina, I'm going to tell you this, okay? Hang on a second. Big talk. Yeah. There we go. Okay. All right, Gina. These people misunderstood. I'm going to tell you all a story. Go back a ways. when when um when I got before I got sober, I was a fall. Everyone tends to forget. I really was a falling down drunk. I really was a falling down drunk. Okay. Evidently, I was allergic to alcohol. Every time I drank alcohol, I broke out in spots. Farmington, Park Hills, Fredericktown. That one time I showed up in Peevely. Yeah, I broke out in spots. Get it? But anyhow, um, I just got through working a 16-hour shift, and I came home to an empty apartment. My then fiance had packed up our two daughters and left while I was away for 16 hours at work. So I came home to an empty apartment. I rushed around the apartment. Maybe she was just trying to make a point. I was going to go get help, whatever, and realized she was done with me for good. Right? Well said, Mikey G. So, and I fell to my knees in the middle of the kitchen and I said, how could I have, God, how could I have let it get this bad? And I then went on a 2-day bender. I went on a 2-day bender. Okay. And at the end of the 2-day bender, I was sitting on my couch, hungover. And I took a loaded 357 Magnum. Starting to make sense now, the name. Well, don't worry, Gina. You're one of us. And I took that loaded 357, put it under my chin, cocked the hammer, finger on the trigger, just getting ready to pull that trigger when I got that infamous phone call that you all heard about. And it was my friend Tanya who talked me into going into sobriety. You know, you know, and I'm here today because someone thought that I was worth something. Somebody thought I was worth something. Felt a disturbance in the force and decided to make a phone call and make sure I was okay. You know, so again, one person saved one life. And in the process, I don't know how many lives I may have touched, just even in this live stream. I don't know how many lives I'll touch. But I know that it's not the amount of people. It's just, even if I only save one life today, that one life may save countless. So if other people don't get that, what you were going through, then they're sick people. They don't get it. They're so sick they can't see it. And the best thing to do is just hope and pray that one day that your words didn't fall on deaf ears, that they did hear something from that. You know? Well said, Megan. Well said. So Gina, we are here for a reason. That's right, Chevy. We're all here for a reason. We don't know what that reason is. We won't know until we get to the other side. We won't know. And I know when I get to the other side and I'm standing before my higher power, I got some questions. I do have some questions. Some things I don't understand. Okay? That's happened in my lifetime. I had a sponsee that OD'd. I had a sponsee that OD'd and he was 21 years old. I don't understand that one. Why so young? Why was he taken from us? Because he had so much to give. My friend Tanya, y'all heard me talk about her last week. Y'all heard me talk about her. And if any of you are fairly new to the chat and want to hear that story, it hurts like hell to tell it, but I will. Okay? It hurts like hell to tell that story, but I will. That's another one. She was 27 when she went, left behind 4 beautiful children. And 2 of them were twins and only 8 months old when she passed. So that's another one I'm going to have to, I got a question on, you know. But then again, maybe what they were here to do, they were done. And it was time for them to move on to the next important thing, you know. It was time for them to step into a whole nother realm. They had another purpose on another plane, you know. Oh, thank you, Ron. Big streamer hug to you, Ron. Big streamer hug. Well, Jacob, I know sobriety is for some, and for some people, they're they're not there, and that's perfectly fine. You know, that's perfectly fine. You know, some people can enjoy a drink. Okay, bless this crazy mess. You go rest up. Big streamer hug to you. Thank you for being here with me tonight. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. What happens on Tuesday? Oh, I know what you're asking. Is there going to be a new Fortnite video? Yes. But which one? Oh, thank you, Jacob. Appreciate that. Yep. The question is which one? Depends on which one I get done first, you know. Again, you know, tonight I've even openly admitted that I have made mistakes in my sobriety. Oh, I don't know. We'll have to think on that one. I know I'm probably going to release a video Tuesday, so we'll still have something pretty cool to look at. Okay? But I'll probably get on Fortnite anyways. For all of you who enjoy Fortnite, I'll get on there. We'll have some fun. I won't stream it, but I might record it. I could use some help with getting some more video footage for the next one. You know, and again, you know, all of you out there in the community, now, you know, you guys know that you know, I'm being real. I've even made mistakes as a husband. You know, I've made mistakes. I've made mistakes in at work. I've made mistakes in my life. You know, we all fall short. 50 likes. Oh my gosh, I swear to God, if I make another 10 likes, I'm going to cry. Okay? Because that would be the most I've ever had. 59 is the record right now on this channel. You know, again, you know, I've made mistakes just like everybody else. I'm just as human as everybody else. Oh, Gina, well, if you decide you want to play, holla. You know, we are working up to where I'll be video recording, you know, the try not to laugh at Cinnamon challenge. Now, for those of you who are not adverse with who Cinnamon is, yes, this is a character that we created on this channel. Mike H, you're in the background. I know you're going to be laughing at this. But if you're not familiar with who Cinnamon is, you're streaming, huh? Cinnamon is a character that we created. And the story goes, and this goes back to my drinking days again. Someone asked the question, have I ever done drag? I said, well, there was this one time when I was drunk. This one time. And everyone started laughing. We had a big laugh at my expense. Oh, notice it. Well, and they said, we would love to see that. And I said, okay. Well, and I used to be heavy into the the goth scene. So I put on the goth makeup for one stream to kind of get myself to used to being in makeup again. Well, then that next live stream, my wife did, it's a loosely based term in this case. Wasabi challenge. Nah. I know what wasabi will do. It'll take your breath away. You get too much. It's hard to breathe. Take your breath away. But in this particular case, my wife then the next live stream, and again, this is kind of a loose based term, 51 likes. Thank you all so much. She did put me in, right. She actually put put me in drag makeup. That's kind of a loose term in this case. Okay, Mikey G, big streamer hug to you, buddy. She put me in drag makeup, and then we had a lot of views from that live stream, and then so we did another one, and then we did another one, and then before you knew it, occasionally I would go on to camera done up in makeup and would kind of act out being as if I was a drag queen on camera done up in makeup. And then from that, someone, I think it might have been Mikey H, who turns around and says, if you really were a drag queen, what would your name be? And just off the top of my head, I said, it'd probably be Cinnamon, and we had a big laugh at it. And so it just kind of developed from there. And then the next thing you know, people are starting to say they want the character. They want the Cinnamon character. And so basically I'm acting out a drag character, and I'm as straight as an arrow, if you will. So that's even funnier. Basically a straight guy acting like he's not to me. and and because of that, I have a friend who's got a podcast. Never Mike, you're awesome, man. Big streamer hug to you. And that's how it all started. So here on this channel, through the help of all of you in the Maverick Nation, now there's a drag character on my channel known as Cinnamon. And I actually have to go on to someone's podcast at some point. I don't know when. She's been sick. So we're still working out the details where I have to go onto her podcast. Cinnamon.
That is really cool. You're collabing. I have a YouTube. Have you heard of Jenna Marbles?
I've heard of the name, yes.
She quit, and we were just talking about how you're very supportive with your subscribers and everything, and how you were like, oh, big subscriber hug and everything. Like you're very touching towards them. Like act like you're friends with your subscribers.
Right.
That's how Jenna was.
Not acting, but being.
Yeah, not acting. Sorry.
Right.
That's how Jenna was with me, and she quit recently, and I bawled my eyes out.
That was her inspiration. Everything
wow.
Yep, since I was 12, so I respect what you're doing 100%.
Oh, thank you.
What you're doing, like I can't believe how many people you've touched, alone, because that's amazing.
Well,
definitely amazing.
You have a good stream, my man.
Yeah,
thank you guys.
Big streamer hug.
Thank you guys, my neighbors from apartment right across from me, saying that they really liked what they were hearing out of the, so they actually got to see what's actually happening, without the camera, I guess you could say. So that's pretty awesome, right. But yeah, the Cinnamon character we've now incorporated into the channel in her own special way, because it's almost like another person, and we're actually working on where there's like her own special intro and everything else. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. And right, the real live stream, seeing me live, uncut, no camera in the way at that point, right? But yeah, so we've created this character. And I actually had to tell my AA sponsor, kind of a heads up, if you watch anything on the channel, and I told Soberman, I said, if you watch anything on the channel, kind of a heads up, if it says anything about, Prince Dragnum or Cinnamon, you may not want to watch. He's like, oh God, Prince Dragnum. Yeah, that was a thing for a minute. But yeah, that was yeah. And there's one gal that she was in here earlier. I don't know if she's still here, Queen Bee. When I get going in the Cinnamon character, she just giggles the whole time. Oh, thank you so much, Megan. Appreciate it. Big streamer hug to you. Oh, thank you so much, Ron. Big streamer hug to you too. You guys are awesome. Again, all of you are the ones who are supporting me right now. You're right in here, building me up, You guys are the Maverick Nation. You guys are what makes this channel what it is. Without you guys, I'd just be some asshole on the camera. You guys are the ones that make this what it is. Again, I apologize for my language for all the ladies in the stream tonight. You guys are what makes this channel awesome. Without you guys, who'd be watching? It's all of you who continue to support me and show me that it's okay to just be myself. And I love to act, so the Cinnamon character just works, Oh, thank you so much, Jacob. Big streamer hug to you, Jacob. Big streamer hug. You guys are awesome. Every last one of you, And, the Cinnamon character, now we've incorporated to remind people a couple different things while we're talking about it, The Cinnamon character, number one, is a reminder to all of you. Be yourself. You do you. You're the only one who could be you. Just be yourself. You're the only one who can live comfortable in your skin. And at day's end, since you're the only one who could be you, and there's only one like you, that has to be a special you. As long as you're not hurting anybody or yourself, just be yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. No matter who you are, we are all special in our own way. There's no one like you out there, okay? Hands down, bar none, there's no one out there like you. So be that you, okay? Be yourself. And again, that self is pretty awesome. I was actually 3 years sober when I was able to actually look at myself in the mirror and say, I love you to myself. I was 3 years sober when I did that for the very first time. And I was so excited that I could do it. I called Sober Man and I said, Sober Man, you're not going to believe this. And you know what he turned around and told me? Prince Magnum, I think you're going to be okay. Well, but he was right. He's right. He was absolutely right. There's only one Prince Magnum, thank God. I don't think this world could handle two of me. But there's only one of you guys out there too. Be that you. And the other thing that the Cinnamon character does, the other thing that the Cinnamon character can do, is there's a sweet side to romance. And that's the side that we've done quite a bit here on the channel. But there's another side, that spicy side. And that's where that character fits in. See, if you got to have a balance. You got to have that balance. You got to have that sweet stuff. But you got to have that spicy stuff too, as well in the relationship. Something I've learned. So the Cinnamon character reminds us that keep it spicy in the relationship. Things that I've learned in sobriety and that I can share with all of you. Learning to live life. I don't have a problem with just alcohol. I have a problem with life. That's the honest to goodness truth. I have a problem with life and living life on life's terms. That's why, again, when I go live and we're doing this sort of thing, I tell y'all, I'm just as flawed as everyone else. And you could try to put me on a pedestal, but honestly and truthfully, I'm just like you guys. Put my pants on one leg at a time, unless I'm lying down in the bed, and then I put my pants on. Then I can do it both at the same time. But I think that's all of us, right? Right? So I'm no more special than anyone else, but there is only one of me, and that makes me special in my own way. Things that sobriety taught me. And I know a lot, again, we've been talking about what's been hurting tonight. How do we deal with pain? How do we deal with pain? Well, I'll tell y'all again, there's a whole world right outside this stream. I'll be glad to tell me what I'm doing wrong. I need all of you to continue to tell me what I'm doing right. Okay? I need all of you to continue to tell me what I'm doing right. So now that I've also said that, let me also say this. When I'm hurting, I got to talk to somebody, because all of that pain that's pent up in here, there's not a whole lot of room in here, but there's a whole lot of room out here. I have to share it with somebody. Let them share my pain. Pain shared is pain halved. Okay? Again, some things that was taught to me in Alcoholics Anonymous. There's been times I've had to walk up to friends, and just grab hold of them, put my head on their shoulder, and they're like, "What's wrong?" I said, "I don't want to talk about it. I just want you to share my pain right now." There have been times in my life that I've had to do that. I've walked up. Oh, thank you so much, Jacob. Another big streamer hug to you, buddy. But I've had to walk up to people and say, "I'm just hurting. Just share my pain right now. I don't want to talk about it, but just share my pain." And I know there's been a lot of you, like I said, I know there's been one person who's been in the stream this whole time, who's been, had some bad stuff to happen to him today. And he came, he was honest and shared his pain, right? Shared his emotions right out on here on his sleeve. And so I'm going to say, not only to just him, but all of you, if there's something hurting, it's eating your lunch and you can't, you don't think you could get through the day. I am always one phone call away. I don't care how big this damn channel gets. I don't care. If somebody's hurting, I always got a friendly ear to listen. I don't care how big it gets. I hope I never get so big that I forget the people that need me to listen to them. I hope I never get that big. How big is that? I don't know. I hope I never get so big that I can't listen to someone when they're hurting, no matter who they are, no matter what they've done. If they're hurting, they're in the same boat with me because I struggle with pain too. But I will also say, if we all suffer our isms. I'm going to say this right now. Oh, thank you so much, Ron. Thank you. I'm also going to say this is very important. Just because I'm in sobriety does not mean I don't go through pain. But I will say when it comes to life, pain is mandatory. Misery is optional. Okay? When it's hurting, share your pain. If you did wrong, come clean about it so you can move on with life. Because if you stay with that pain and you stay with the baggage of what you did wrong, that's the miserable part, because you're the one who's got to carry it. You don't have to carry it now. You don't have to go it alone. That's why we're all in this together. It takes a society to keep a guy like me sober, doesn't it? Or in this case, a YouTube community, along with the community of Alcoholics Anonymous, the fellowship, as we call it. That's what's up. Again, I'm a selfish alcoholic. I need every last one of you. I'm very selfish, aren't I? Millions of other alcoholics in recovery, and then turn right around and I need over 1,000 subscribers. Isn't that something? Yeah, I'm that selfish, right? But you know what? A day's in, if I could still sit on the side of the bed and say I made one more day sober, it was still a successful day, no matter what happens that day. Again, I woke up this morning and I found it not necessary to take a drink. Any day that still happens, it is a miracle. And I will now share with you something that an old timer in AA said to me when I was about 7 months sober. And I was in a meeting and he said, there's no such thing as a bad day. And he was kind of talking about that. I said, so I will leave you guys with this. And this is obviously not the end of the stream, but I felt like I had to share this. Today is a gift from God. What you do with today is your gift to God. So let's make it a masterpiece. What did you learn today? What did you experience? Did you manage to get through it? If you did, share your experience, strength, and hope with another. Because you never know whose life you might save. Something else that I was taught. Right now, I'm just repeating things that I have been taught and that have stayed true in my life. The key to the dark past, it's something to the effect of it, is the key to happiness for others. The stories of our past are the key to the happiness for others. With it, you can avert death and misery. That's not word for word out of the big book, but it's pretty doggone close. So, again, if you've all been struggling tonight, had something, eating your lunch, you know, it's okay. We're all in this together. We're all in this together. You're not alone anymore. Just know that there's a guy here on YouTube, no matter how big he gets, always willing to listen to somebody who's hurting. And I know some of you are probably saying, Prince Magnum, have you got a degree in counseling? Nope, you can check my wall. No degree there. I did used to work the medical field, though, at one time. I was actually a certified nurse's aide, certified med tech with insulin certification, cross-trained as an occupational therapist, and specialized in Alzheimer's and dementia, ironically enough. And I was good at it, but I had to retire after my stroke. So tonight has been a fantastic stream. I got a lot out of it. Got a lot out of tonight's stream. So many of you came in here and showed me a lot of love and support. And you guys really built me up. Made me feel like I was somebody important. Made me feel special. Made me realize that I'm doing right by going live every Thursday and trying to bring some happiness into somebody's life. To remind them that they're worth something too. We're all worth something. Whatever it is. But that's up to you to find out. Not for me. I know what I'm supposed to be doing, I think. I think I'm doing right. But it's up to you to figure out what you're supposed to be doing. Just like whenever you get it sober, you have to figure out where life's going to take you after that. We don't know. Yesterday's behind us. Tomorrow's a mystery. So let's live in today. And that's where we went for almost an hour and a half. What's going on, Viable? Big streamer hug to my brother right there. Viable Solutions. All the way over in Ireland, I think. Yes. Good man there. He's a real good man. He comes in here and he razzes me, gives me all sorts of grief. But I'll tell you right now, everybody, that guy right there is awesome, awesome, awesome. He always very supportive. I know if I was hurting and I said, man, I'm thinking about a drink right now, he'd be one of the first ones to say, do you need to talk? Right there, that guy right there. Oh, you streaming a new game in 30 minutes? That's what's up. I'll try to get in there. I had my head in a dang headset all dang day, man. Thank you so much, Ron. Well, don't forget, need you too, man. We all need you. We all need you. You're don't think because you did wrong, only really, you're going to have to, you definitely going to have to stream that. Ron, don't think because, I know you had a rough day today, but just because, things didn't quite go according to plan, and bad things happen, doesn't mean that people don't care about you. We all love you for who you are. And the fact that you even, shared your pain and was honest, and all that other stuff, I'll tell you right now, I trust you with my own project car, Project Spirit. I trust you with that. My wife gave me that car. If that's any indication, I trust you with one of the most prized things that's ever been given to me. I trust you with my own life right now because of the fact that you were so honest. Hey, what's going on, Blucky? Welcome to the live stream. Blucky, I seen you put up a new video. I'm going to get over there and check it out, brother. I've seen that. No, actually, this is a German military surplus. Just giving out some positive vibes tonight. Some positive vibes. Reminding everyone that they are somebody important. No matter what their ism is. No matter what it is. If you're deep down in that hole, don't think you're worth anything, you are worth something. You're helping me stay sober tonight. I still need, this is still a life and death situation. I will always be one arm bend away from that man I used to be. One arm bend. No, I'm not from Germany, but I do come from an old German family. I do come from a very old German family. But yes. But no, I'm not from Germany. I don't have the accent. I've always lived in Missouri my whole life, and ironically enough, I grew up in where my family, on one side of my family, my mom's side, we all pretty well thought that were Latino. Well, here's the funny thing about it: we're more Native American than Latino. But I always had, for the longest time, kind of like a blend of a Latino accent and St. Louis accent. When I moved down this way, nobody trusted me, especially working in the medical field. A lot of older people that didn't trust me because I sounded like one of them city boys. So I actually had to teach myself how to talk a lot like them. And in the process of doing that, I, in the process of all of that, it taught me how to, I had to basically lose that accent. So I talk like y'all. you know but by doing that, I think it's honestly even made me a better speaker. It makes me a little bit more relatable, you know makes me a little bit, it's just one of those things. I guess I'm having a hard time understanding what you're typing in there. I'm sorry, Blucky. Normally I can spot it, but I'm having a tough time tonight. I apologize. I got going and positive vibe, right. I got on that positive vibe, run, and you know, and man, oh man, yeah, it's the mind is just like there, and I can't, you know, it's not caffeine. It's just that power of positive vibe, man. Um, but for the record, when everyone says, "Oh, I'm living the dream," I always think that's sarcastic. I hate that term, living the dream. What dream? Got to be asleep to dream. Unless you daydream, then quit daydreaming. Pay attention to what you're supposed to be doing. Um, it may run out. Okay, I got you now. Um, to me, I like to say any day above ground is a good day, especially if it's a sober day. That's what I like to say. That's what I like to say. But anyhow, we've been going for a little over an hour and a half. It's about that time where I need to go and get some more editing done. Go say hi to some people. Remind them that there's some people that need to hear some more positive vibes. Who wasn't able to, they may have been here, but I need to make sure that they know. Living the dream, right? Make sure that they know that it wasn't just lip service. I'm not saying this, for my own good, make myself look good. I'm saying it because I mean it. All right. So now that I've said that, we do need to wind the stream down. So I will say, right? Good words, positive words, but it's not original. It's not a Prince Magnum original. But what I'm going to do now, I do care about people. I really do care. So now I'm going to say this as we begin to end the stream. Traditionally, if you're fairly new to the Prince Magnum channel, we have a traditional way that we let out of the channel. But in Sober Talk Live, we have a special way that we let out. It's similar to how we traditionally let out, but in Sober Talk Live, it gets its own special outro. So as we begin to end the live stream, I say to all of you, at day's end, I hope all of you need me as much as I need you. And if nobody has told any of you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you.